From sizzling street-side steaks to the crispiest roast pork, this is Vietnam's food scene. No filters, no fluff. We've eaten our way from Saigon to Hanoi, dodging scooters, squeezing onto little plastic chairs, questioning our spice tolerance. This is the ultimate Vietnam food tour. Thought I'd stop at a place called Home Taste, little restaurant on the waterfront. I've got myself a salted iced coffee and I'm waiting for a Mi Quang to come out. Now the Mi Quang can be eaten for breakfast, lunch or dinner, but traditionally it is a breakfast meal, so I'm going to try that. And I have been told it's Mi Quang, as in with a W and not a Q. Let's see how this goes. So here we have it, Quang noodles. So what we've got in here, we've got pork. It looks like we have some shrimp. Got some shrimp there. We've got some quail eggs. We've got lettuce, and the main star is the Quang noodle. Why is it called a Quang noodle, or Quang noodle as I've just been told? It's a Quang noodle because it comes from the Quang province. So that's the province we're in, all in behind Da Nang, Hoi An, that area. That's got a nice taste to it. It's also got peanuts in there, shallots, lettuce, bean sprouts. Looks like it's a good hearty breakfast. So a big test with any meal. Give it a good mix in. See what it tastes like. Pork's a little bit tough, but it's got a nice taste to it. Looks like it's been stewed a little bit longer. But yeah, it's got a really nice taste to it. The broth you can taste on that meat's nice. The peanuts give it a good texture. Yeah, that broth goes really well with those noodles. I suppose they've been doing it for a few hundred years or 1,000 years, so they've probably got the recipe right. I can see why a lot of people have this for breakfast. It would be a quite hearty, filling breakfast. I think this is going to do me to up for a little while. I think it is one of those things when you do travel that you do need to try those local delicacies, you know, the things that are made just specifically in a region. You can have whatever food you like, you know, you're in Vietnam, it's up to you. But I would recommend just get out that comfort zone, just try the odd little dish. And to be honest, you can get Mi Quang in most restaurants, even the good ones, they're all going to have a version of it. So I've arrived at Pho Vietnam, and this is a Michelin star pho joint. They specialise in what's called the stone bowl, which I've just put together. So you get your raw meat, it comes with the hot bone broth, and then you put your raw meat into the bone broth, which has already got meatballs in there. You've also got your noodles, your cilantro, your leaves, your bean sprouts, lime, everything that goes in there into this hot mix, and then that cooks in the bone broth. And that's got a very good pho taste. One of the best phos that I've had, especially in Ho Chi Minh City. You can get them all over the place. You get a lot that have got beef or different versions of pho, pho bo, etc., pho gar. But this one, I think it's called pho to da. It's very nice. I'll leave a description down below on where to find this place. They've got two shops just next to each other for a bit of overspill. Looks small at the front, but you can walk into the back and there's a lot of seating in the back. But if you're starting off in Vietnam and you want to try a pho, this is the place to go to. Here this morning at Tiang Nghien, and I've got their combination dish, which is roast pork and roast duck. and we're going to see what that's like. This place has been here since 1938, and this is the old Market Street. So once upon a time, in 1938, back then, the market was here, the canal used to be here, that's all been filled in, people moved on, the butchers stayed, the butchers cooks meat, butchers sells meat. So great place to eat if you want the freshest duck and the freshest pork you can get. Come on down here and try it. Tieng Niang. So I'm going to try the pork first. That's really succulent, nice and soft, just melts in your mouth. We've also got a couple of sauces here. There's one here which is a soy. Try that first. That's nice. So this one here, the lady that runs the shop has suggested, it's got chili, galangal, lemongrass, and some garlic in there. So that looks like it might have a little bit of a hit to it. That's not too bad, that's pretty good. That goes really well with that. So let's try this duck next. Wow. There's a lovely piece of duck there. That tastes really good, and that is so tender. It's just, I expect the pork to melt in your mouth, but duck, it's just so tender. It's just, the flavour is incredible. No, that's really nice. Let's dig in. Well, as I said this morning, I wanted to go a little bit further out in District 1. I'm still in District 1, but I'm on the northern outskirts. It's a bit noisy, I've got traffic right next to me. But I'm at Com Tam Phuc Loc Tho. I think that pronunciation's right, but I'll put a description and a Google pin down below. So what I have, it's quite a traditional dish. It's called Com Tam, which is broken rice. Now broken rice, the story is that this is what the poorer people of Vietnam used to have as the rice. It's the broken rice, not the higher quality that they would get. So they have the cooked rice with some shredded pork, and then you've also got a pork rib, and then it comes also with a soup. Included in the price of a meal comes a small drink. It's like a soda water and tea mix, I'm not exactly sure what that is. And there's also a fish sauce with a little bit of chili in there. Another thing in this meal, you've got an egg loaf. It's like egg and meatloaf. In that typical Vietnamese cake style. Well, that's really nice. To be honest, I thought I was going to be one of those people that would be honest in my reviews, but so far it's like I like, and I think people are starting to go, he must have something he hasn't liked so far. But to be honest, Vietnamese food, I'm finding very palatable, very nice, a good variation. You've got your noodles, you've got your pork dishes, there is a lot of meat, there is a lot of seafood. I think Vietnam, especially well, where I am now in the south, I haven't been to Hanoi yet, that's coming soon, but it does seem to have a good variation of foods for anyone's palate. So just cutting into this pork now. I was watching them flame grill them as I walked in. It doesn't get much fresher than that. And that is a nice piece of pork. Once again, probably goes very good with that fish sauce and the chili. That's very tender, very nice. If you want to get off the tourist trail, I recommend at least try Com Tam. You can try it in a restaurant, try it in a side street. It is one of those dishes up there with pho and Banh Mi that you should try when you're in Vietnam.
Another nice inclusion with this meal is this shredded pork. It's not really a floss, it's more noodle style. So I just spoke to the young girl who served me, and this soup is actually a seaweed soup with a minced beef in it. So we're going to give that a try. That's very nice. I thought I could originally taste some coriander in there. There probably is a little bit of coriander in there, but you can really taste that seaweed and that broth with the minced beef in it. It's really nice. Well, I'm here in Grandma Kitchen in Hanoi, and this is a treat. I've got white rose, which I'll go through later, and I've also got the Vietnamese shrimp sugarcane, which is Chow Tom Kum Min Nuong. The sugarcane is a mix of shrimp and pork compressed, and then you've got a lovely dipping sauce here. That's lovely, that's pork and shrimp. It's on a piece of shrimp, it's on a piece of sugar cane, so that's probably what gives it its name. We've got pineapple, lettuce, vermicelli. Really nice dish. That's really nice. So I think the only way to eat this is to wrap it all together like that. Get the lettuce, the vermicelli, the pork and shrimp paste, the pineapple, dip it in that peanut sauce, and just eat it like that. Yeah, that's like most foods, you know, you put it all together, it's meant to be together. That's perfect. That's really good. The other dish we've got is the white rose dumpling, which is a dumpling filled with a river shrimp. And that looks really nice as well. It's got a fish sauce with some fried shallots. That's really nice as well. It's a really simple dish and easy to eat. Well, it's 7:30 in the morning and I'm at Bahn and I'm trying Banh Mi for the first time. Now I've got a busy road, it's a big intersection in behind. I'm on the border of District 10 and District 1. So I'm going to have a look at what this is. It's a breakfast dish. So you can get it most of the day, but it's primarily breakfast. So what it has, it's got egg, it's got pate, it's got some onion, and it's got some sizzling beef, which has all been cooked together, put on a hot plate. Also comes with a bit of lettuce, a bun that you can dip into that sauce, and surprisingly it also comes with a Coke. Tried to get a coffee, but they don't serve coffee. So we're going to have a look at how this all works. So first I'm going to just try this steak. That's just a tender piece of sliced steak. It's got a nice flavour to it. Feels like it's been cooked in a little bit of herbs, a little bit of garlic there, and I think there might be some coriander mixed into that. Got the onion flavour, so it typically tastes like what I would call an Australian barbecue or American barbecue, done for breakfast with a bread roll. So I'm going to put this all in the bread roll, mix it in and see what it's like. So I'm going to break open the bread roll. First thing I think we need to do is grab this pate, put the pate in, throw some lettuce in there, and we've got the steak. Then we mix that steak in, some onion, finally, let's get that egg in there. Got that egg in there. That's a runny egg. Mix that in. There you have it, Banh Mi. So now we've put all that together. I suppose the real test is, what does it taste like? We all knew that that was going to go well. So Banh Xeo, I think you can put it simply, it's Vietnamese, breakfast on a roll, steak, pate, egg, onion, bit of coriander. That's a good start to the morning. Just a pity they don't do coffee.
I've been recommended to head down Quay Street and try Tieu. It's said to be better than pho. If you've tried it, what do you think? The dish contains pork, prawns, quail eggs and noodles, all in a bone broth.
I had a person from Vietnam Foodies suggest that I try Tieu. I'm not sure if I've got that pronunciation right, but I'll leave it down below. Tieu. And it's a southern soup. It's made from bone broth and it has a mincy, porky mince in there. It's got noodles, it's got sliced pork, it's got prawns, it's got shallots, it's got a bit of everything. And to be honest, this is probably one of the best soups or broths I've had in Vietnam. Now, I've only been in Ho Chi Minh so far, but I know a lot of people go straight for pho. But I think you should get yourself down to this area. I've put a description in the link below and try Tieu. So I'm at Ba La Lot Hong Yang and we're going to try the Ba La Lot, which is the ground beef in a betel nut. And we're also trying it by itself, which is Mo Chai, which is just the ground beef by itself with a couple of sauces. So sit down with us and let's see what it's like. So I've got my little chair, got two on top of each other just to make sure. Long way down here, and our meal's just arrived. So you've got your Ba La Lot here, which is the beef wrapped in the betel leaf. Open that up and that's quite sausagey in there. That's very nice. Got some peanuts and some sauce on it. We've also got leaves to mix it. Lettuce, there's some vermicelli or a rice cake, I'm not 100% sure. Cucumber and some bean sprouts. We've also got just the straight standard sausage mix here. Which I've now got all over my face. That's really nice as well, just a nice risotto. It's like the ones in the market I had this morning. And we've got some chilies with that, so we're going to get in and see what this is all like. Mix it all together. And to top it off, also got a Saigon chill. Cheers. Okay, so I'm going to try and make this. Now leave a comment down below if I'm doing it wrong, because I'm winging this. So I'm going to get the rice paper, bit of lettuce, bit of that compressed rice or vermicelli, hard to tell. I think it's more of a compressed rice, cucumber, bean sprouts. Going to put one of these, just the mo chai in by itself. Give it a bit of a wrap. I've got my oil here with some chili in it. Give that a dip. That all works together, that's really good. I think that's how you probably do it. Let me know if I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, that's good. So that's the meal at Ba La Lot Hong Yang, and that was fantastic. It was really different, two different types, the one in the betel nut and the one by itself. Come down and have a try. It's on the south side of District 1, and it's a lot different to what you'll get in the middle of District 1. You can hear lots of kids behind us, the schools have just come out, so we're going to get out of here.
For more than 200 years in Saigon, Tom Tat Dam, the old market, has been through many ups and downs, and at times it was thought that it would no longer exist. But it has revived on the streets, and it exists to this day.
Hello, can I get one Banh Mi Gar
Quang.
and one Banh Mi Thi Ky?
Heo.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Pork?
Pork.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those moments. I'm here at New Land and they specialise in Banh Mi along with a lot of other things, and I'm having my first Vietnamese Banh Mi. So this one is a pork Banh Mi, a Thi Ky. It's got cucumber, radish, carrot, paste. It's quite a simple Banh Mi, but everywhere you go here you're going to find, thank you, you're going to find somewhere different, that they're all different. You'll have different paste, different ingredients. I think it's just a matter of going out to somewhere local and giving one a try. But let's see what this is like. So I think it's one of those special moments, like your first pho, your first Banh Mi in Vietnam. The Saigon sandwich, as they call it. That's a really crusty bread, but it's quite soft inside. And that pate is really nice. Okay, I'm going to get into this. And this place, New Land, I would say come down here. You can get 101 different types of meals, but try the Banh Mi. You can get it in the markets and all that type of thing, but get it on the street or get it somewhere local so you can actually have the real deal. So second stop today, I've made it down to Banh Xeo 46, 46 being the number of the street. And these guys specialise in Banh Xeo. That's all they do. They make it perfect. It's the place to come if you want to try the Banh Xeo. Thank you. Just getting a iced coffee here. Thank you very much. Thank you. So what is a Banh Xeo? Well, it gets its name from the sizzling sound it makes when it's cooking. And it's basically a crepe or a pancake that's thinly, nice and thinly cooked. It's filled with items like pork, prawn, bean sprouts, onions, all wrapped up in a crepe or a pancake, whichever one you want to call it. Now, how do you eat it? That's the big question. It comes with lettuce. It comes with a whole assortment of green leaves. There's a fish sauce and a pickle dip, and you've got your chilies. So what I believe is it's a matter of breaking yourself up some lettuce, wrapping the pancake with some of the mix in the lettuce, a little bit of chili if you like chili, wrap it up, dip it, eat it. It's probably one of the more simple dishes in Vietnam. Yeah, that's nice and light. The pancake is a little bit oily, which you'd expect as it is fried. But that pork, the prawn, wrapped in a piece of lettuce leaf in a nice, what I'll call a French colonial hangover of a crepe pancake, that works. I'm here at Quang, and what I've got here is their beef stew special. So with the beef stew special, we've got the standard lettuce and bean sprouts, we've got limes, we've got chilies, we've got some chili sauce. Looks like we've got a salt and pepper mix, we've got a bread roll, and then the main attraction, we've got this beef flank here, there's meatballs, and it looks like there's also some ribs in there. So I think the way we do this is we take off a piece of meat. I think the idea is you dip it into the salt, give it a bit of a mix, give it a bit of chili on it, and then put it into the bowl. Add some broth. So your broth's going to go down as you eat it. And then it's a matter of putting in your greens, a bit of bean sprouts. Let's finish this one off with a little bit of lime. Grab some chopsticks, give it a bit of a mix. That flank is really tender. Takes a little bit to chew because it's so big, but that's got a really nice flavour. The salt and pepper adds to it, so does the chili. So Quang Gam, it's got a Michelin star. It's right at the top of the street. I think it's number 2. Definitely, if you're going to walk down this street, start here. Start with a beef stew, nice and easy, and then continue on down the street. So I'm at Saigon High Street. We're at number 23. I think it's called Quay. Big sign out the front, and they specialise in Banh Xeo, which is a smaller version of the larger ones I've had last week. So you've got the pancake, which has got prawns, it's got bean sprouts, and what you do is you get your rice paper with these smaller ones, add a bit of lettuce and some of the leaves that come with it, a little bit of chili, and put your Banh Xeo in, and then dip into the fish and vinegar sauce. Once again, that's really oily. Every Banh Xeo I've had so far, I enjoy them, but there's just oil dripping everywhere. So if you're going to have the Banh Xeo, it is the pancakes, it is the prawns, it's got all the healthy stuff, but there's a hell of a lot of oil in them. So here we have ba la lot, which is a ground beef in a betel leaf, cooked on the side of the road.
When you get to Thi Ky Street, it doesn't matter which end you start from. It's a small alley that you can walk down and see hundreds of food options. The only thing you'll have to watch out for is the odd motorbike going down the laneway.
I've made my way down to Thi Ky, and what I have now is Heo Nuong. So what we have here is a pork chop, flattened on a stick, and then we've also got the version that has the cheese on it. And one of the best things about this street, 15,000 for a beer. That's pretty good value. That's nice and hot. Definitely pork, it's that American cheese that gets stuck to your teeth. That's really nice. Other one should be the exact same, just without cheese. Yeah, that's really nice and hot. Great. So if you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, just head down about one more street to where Saigon Square is, turn right, and on that right-hand corner, you'll see a couple of little food stands. Let's go have a look. So I've got a dish here which is noodles. Looks like it's got some pork, pork chops grilled. It's got spring rolls, peanuts, carrots. It's got all the goods. Sorry. What's your name?
Not.
Nat. Scott. Looks pretty good. Thank you. It's good. That's sweet. Yeah. this is very much like the last dish that we had. It's got the noodles, it's got the lettuce, peanuts, some carrot. The only exception to this one, you've got your grilled pork, and you've also got some spring rolls, which are a meat-based spring roll, which have been fried and added to it. That's really nice. It's not that spicy. Being Thai, do you find Thai food more spicier? I find Thai food's got more flavour. Seems to have more herbs, more...
Vietnamese food has more vegetables.
Yeah. Vietnamese food is good, but it's a very basic food, yeah. I think Thai's more complex.